Good morning, students. Let us today revise your accounting ratio and analysis chapter just in 10 minutes. Here we have all the formulas together which you have to remember. This chapter question can be asked in 1 mark MCQ. It may be there in your B section, that is for 3 marks, and it also may be there for the 4 mark question. So all the formulas which are related to our ratio analysis chapter are done together. The very first important formula is that liquidity ratio. First is that current ratio. Current ratio, as you know, current asset upon current liability. Now in the question, the list of assets and liabilities are given. At this juncture, you know very well which are the assets and which are the liability. Put all the current asset together, keep on totaling, and put all the current liability together, divide and get the answer. So for 1 mark question, just a multiplication, addition and division you have to do in section A or in section B. This question can be asked, or they may ask you that what is the formula for current ratio. Second one is the liquid ratio, that liquid assets upon your current liabilities are to be done. From the total current asset, you have to find out the liquid asset, and the total current liabilities are to be divided. Again the question be for the 1 mark in section A or B, or a formula may be asked. The third one is that is efficiency ratio. The next portion which you have to learn all the formulas are a efficiency ratio. In that you have stock turnover ratio. How many times the stock is converted into the finished goods and rotation took place. To know that, you have the cost of goods sold upon the average stock. In this, the 2 steps are to be done. The first step, you need to know the cost of goods sold. So the question is how to find out cost of goods sold. From the given information, whatever information are given, you put into the formula. The formula is you have the opening stock plus purchase expenses minus closing stock. This you give you, that is the cost of good consumed. Plus you do the direct expenses addition, that is like the wages and factory expense, that will give you the total amount of cost of good sold. So your first step is done with this particular calculation. Second is average stock. As we know very well, average of anything to be found by opening stock plus closing stock upon 2, that give you the average. So this second point you have got it with this formula. So this question will be there of a 3 mark in your section C. So 1 mark for this formula, 1 mark for this, 1 mark for this. Like this, there is a split of the marks, and in the C section the question will be asked. In your textbook you have question number 15 and 16 which you can solve with this formula. Next is that is the working capital turnover. How much the working capital rotation took place in our organization. The formula is sales, or you may have cost of goods sold. Depends on your exam question information. You have to decide, I have the sales information or I have the cost of goods sold information. So based on that, any one can be taken, divided by the working capital. Okay. So what is the sales? To know the sales, you have the total sales minus sales return. Clear? So in this manner you get your sales. Next is the working capital. The second working capital you require, that is the current asset minus current liability. Whatever information are given of current asset and liability, find out the information, do the total of it and subtract the current liability out of it. So with this you can find your working capital turnover. So this way the efficiency ratio, 2 things we have done. The next one is that is the debtors turnover ratio. Our debtors are there. How many times we are getting cash from them? So credit sales. Now see, the word credit sales is required. So to know the credit sales, it may possible that you have the total sales minus cash sales. So that will give you the credit sales. So one step for that. Upon average trade receivable. So average trade receivable, for that you have to apply the formula, that is the operated receivable, opening receivable minus plus closing receivable upon 2. Any average can be found in this manner, opening plus closing upon 2. So this is what your debtor turnover ratio. Now this can be asked in the terms of month, in the terms of week, or in the terms of days. If it is asked in the terms of month, you have to do 12 upon the debtor turnover. If it is for the week period, 52 upon the debtor turnover. And if it is for the days, according to the question, if they have mentioned 365 or it may be given 366. So accordingly you have to take the figure upon the debtor turnover. So this question going to be for the 4 mark, that is in the D section, because 1 mark for this, second mark for this, third is for this, and fourth one is any one out of this may be asked. In your textbook you have question number 18 based on this. The next one, similar to the debtor, you have the creditor turnover ratio. Again the same, the credit purchase. So you need to know the credit purchase only. So you have the total purchase minus cash purchase, that will give you the credit purchase. Then the average trade payable. For the debtor we have considered receivable. For the creditor we have to consider payable. So the average trade payable, opening trade payable plus the closing upon 2, that will give you the trade payable. One is, that is the payment period, either asked in month or a week or a days. If it is in month, 12 upon creditor turnover. If it is a week, 52 upon creditor's turnover. 52, why we have taken 52? Because in a year you have 52 weeks. And for the days, 365 upon creditor turnover. So all these formula we have done at a glance, and with this the whole chapter and the question either in A section or in your section C or in your section D. For the creditor turnover, textbook question number 19, that is 4 mark for the D section. You all have done the prelims. You must have observed that these questions are asked. One of the question of D section going to be this one. So if you go through the formula at a glance, easily you can solve the example and you can score your marks. Thank you.